That is happening on Monday at the HR Forum Academy in PJ. We have got about 300 plus who registered, and we have closed shop. So no more, registration. What is going to happen on Monday? We have got about 20 over companies who are coming here. They have got about 30 plus positions, if I remember, 40 plus positions to recruit. And we have invited candidates. Some of you all may have registered. So to come on Monday, and what is going to happen? You're going to have a chance to be interviewed by at least 5 companies on Monday itself. So for those of you all registered only, if you have not registered, unfortunately we cannot allow you in because we cannot handle a large crowd. So you got to wait for the next round. When we do it, I do not know when, but wait for the next round. But for those of you all, if you've registered for the HR Career Day, which is happening on 6th of July, Monday, please take note that you got to arrive by 8:30 because by 9 we will start the session. We will do a bit of briefing on what is going to happen, on Monday. Please have your breakfast, right? We're not providing breakfast or lunch. Please have your breakfast before you come. There's a lot of coffee shop, kedai mamak nearby here. So please have your coffee, your breakfast before you come. You can also have your lunch, at the nearby outlets. It's a free event and we can't afford to give lunch to all this time. So please have your breakfast before you come. Lunch will give you time to go out and eat. There's also McDonald's at the ground floor. So if you want to have your breakfast or lunch at McDonald's, it's just, take the lift down and you're there. So for those of you who are coming, you have got the instructions. We have already emailed you the instructions, what to do and so on. Please bring 10 printed resume. We guarantee you at least 5 interviews, but please bring 10 resumes. There's a requirement, fresh graduates. This is not your day. This is for, for those who are experienced HR candidates with at least 1 year experience in HR, not any other role. And when we say 1 year, it has got to be 1 year. Those of you all, if you are looking at career change, you must also have 1 year experience in HR. For those who are coming back from, career break, if you have not worked in HR for the last 2 years or 3 years, we also will not be able to allow you in for the interview. Why? Because the companies who's coming on Monday with these 40 plus jobs, they are looking for experienced candidate. So whether you have 2 years, 5 years, they're looking for experienced candidate. So if you don't have HR experience or you don't fulfill this criteria, the company, their focus is not, the priority is not you. They are looking for, experienced candidate. So we have got 300 plus of them registered. So we do not take in any more intakes. So if anybody decide to walk in on Monday, we may have to politely send you back, politely tell you that, we can't allow you in because we cannot manage 300. So that's going to happen on Monday. So for those of you all who have registered, we've already sent you the list of jobs that is available on Monday. We didn't tell you the company name, but we've sent you all the list of jobs. What is the position? What is the salary? So these are the jobs that you have. Now, if any of these jobs are not up to your expectation or not your, target jobs, it's okay if you don't come on Monday. That's fine with us. We're not going to be angry with you if you don't turn up because maybe the jobs are too junior for you. That's fine. That's okay. But for those of you all, if you feel that these jobs are ideal for you, you've registered, see you on Monday. Please dress neatly, because you got to be presentable. You want to show the interviewer that you're somebody, proper, responsible, disciplined, etc. So, for guys, please cut your hair. We don't want a rock star coming. So please trim your hair, be presentable, shave, go in, do a bit of shaving, cut your mustache if needed. If you've got a beard, please trim your beard, dress neatly, avoid t-shirt, jeans, etc. Right? Some companies are serious. Some hiring managers could be very relaxed, but some hiring managers are serious. So come presentable, going for interview. Make sure you wear right shoes, proper shoes, proper shirt, proper pants, etc. For females, dress neatly as well. Be presentable so that the hiring manager is comfortable to talk to you. Right. So Monday, be here by 8:30 for those of you all who are coming, registered and coming. Okay. So now let me move on. So my name is Arul. I think you all know me. Some of you all do know me. Maybe some of you all don't. So I run, I'm attached to Malaysia HR Forum. I have been a HR professional. So today I do training, consulting, advisory, and together with me, I've got Mina, I've got Yon and Adlin helping me out with this webinar today. So for those of you all, if you need to email me, you can always email me. My email and phone number is down there. Okay, before I begin, I hope all of you all are members of Facebook. I'm sure you are our Facebook community. Otherwise, you'll not be able to watch this, webinar. But it's always good to share this with your other colleagues, right? 80,000 members are there. Share with the other colleagues, because you have got tons of discussion, webinars, guideline, policies, templates, and many, many more, right? And we have got more stuff coming, more interesting things come. So please also, if you're already a Facebook member, Malaysian HR Forum Facebook group member, good. Please also follow what we discuss. There are issues we discuss, there are topics we share. Please also constantly follow, right? Try to make the Facebook community, Malaysia HR Forum, as your key source of reference, your key reading point, right? Check out what are the new things, new topics, new documents, new memos, whatever, etc. So let me move on to our discussion today. Before I go on to resume writing and how to prepare for the interview, etc. First and foremost, as a candidate, do you know what is your vision? Because I have spoken to so many job seekers, or even people who are currently working. Some of them do come for a private one-to-one, discussion, career planning, or whatever you want to call it. And I realize many of them, they don't have a vision. So when I say vision, means what do you want to achieve in your career, right? We graduate at the age of maybe 21, 22 after degree. Some of you may have done diploma. You graduated earlier. Those of you have done your degree, you graduated but maybe 21, 22, 23. Now, you have, as a fresh graduate, right? Some of you all, you're no longer fresh graduate because you're probably 25, 28, 30, and so on. But look back when you were at 22. So when you were 22, we retire at 60. So it's almost 40 years. So what is your vision for the 40 years? Do you want to grow the ladder? Do you want to just, do whatever I can, cari rezeki, got here, got there, ada duit, okay? Or you really want to grow, right? So it depends. Some people are looking for a job. Some looks for career. Job and career is not the same. I'll explain the next slide. What is the difference between a job? What is the difference between a career? So it is very important from the early beginning itself. It's just like, I'm sure many of you all love to go for holiday, right? Now, before you go for holiday, right? Not even tomorrow you're going to fly off to Japan or maybe Vietnam. Before you fly, 1 month, 2 months before the holiday, you've already done your homework. Where to go, which place to visit, where to stay, what bus to take, or how do I, get there? What are the attractions? How much money I should bring? You've done all your research for your holiday, right? But have you done your planning for your career? Or some people, they plan what to do, because when you have a plan, chances of going, astray or simpang siu here and there will be much lesser, because you know your destination. But when we do not know the destination, we may end up at another location or another direction which we never planned. That is why we must have a vision. For example, when I got into HR during my early days, I didn't get into HR after graduation. I got into HR after 7 years of work, right? I was doing something else in college and I got into HR. But when I got into HR at the age of 28 or so, I decided my vision was to be a HR director or a HR senior VP or somebody at the top job in HR. That was my vision. So when I had the vision, I worked towards it. Of course, you can't achieve the vision the next day, right? It'll take you some time. So I had a vision in my mind that I must be a HR director. And I also had a timeline. I must be a HR director by the age of 40. So that was my vision. So at 28, I had this plan that I must be a HR director at 40. So when you already have a vision, life becomes easier because you know where to go. It becomes harder when you don't know where to go. So I had this vision to be a HR director at 40 years old, and I worked towards it. So in order to achieve this goal, what do I need to have? Do I need to do up a master's? Do I need to do up some certification? Do I need to learn up on this? Do I need to learn up on that? Do I need to know how to do public speaking? So these are things that you start to figure out, right? And I'm a bit lucky. When I'm 38, I became a director. So 10 years. But in 10 years, it was not an easy journey, right? I was a little bit lucky because I got a promotion every 2 years, but it's not easy because I work really, really hard. When I say really, really hard, I stay back late, I work on weekends, right? My boss may give me an assignment, or she may want a report, or he may want a report. On Sunday night, I do it, sleep late, and I read. I pressure my people around me to read. I push my team members to read, and that's the kind of pace that I've set. But how many of y'all are willing to do that? So, life is not fun when life is too easy, or life is not fun when, every month, end of the month, or shall I say mid of the month, no money, right? Life is no fun, right? And you got to enjoy the job. Some of y'all, I'm sure, I'm not able to see you face to face, but if I were to ask you this, are you happy with your current job? Do you go to Monday happy, or do you drag yourself to work on Monday, right? Do you look forward to Monday? If today is Friday, I'm sure many of y'all, it is now 3:30, you're looking forward, okay, tomorrow is holiday. Tonight I can go for, whatever, etc. Tomorrow, Saturday. Thank God I don't need to see my boss's face. Sunday. Now, the moment Sunday evening comes, alamak, tomorrow Monday, right? Do you look forward to a Monday? I'm probably the rare one. I look forward to a Monday. Why? Because I enjoy work. Now, if you don't enjoy work, you got to start enjoying work, right? So, we must have a vision. When we have a vision, life becomes a little bit more easier. Once you have a vision, you know what to do next, right? What do I need to do? But not knowing what your vision is, we do not know. So number one, you must have a vision. Now, some of you all could be, you're already at the probably midway of your career, probably 30 years old, 35, 40, etc. Is it too late, right? If you ask me a question, Arul, you know what? I'm 38 years old. I'm not a fresh graduate. So does this, is this relevant to me? It does not matter how old you are, right? You could be 40 years old. You still have 20 more years, right? Forget about the past. Maybe in the past we took things lightly, play full here, there, etc. Not serious, jump jobs here and there, etc. Okay, now you're 40. Is it too late for me? In a way, yes, it's a bit late, but is it too late? Now, it is never too late. The founder of KFC, the guy who started KFC, he started KFC at the age of 60 plus. I can't recall the exact age. So was it too late? No, it's never too late, right? Of course, if you had started at the age of 20 plus, you had more time. Your runway is much longer, right? But when you start late, your runway is short. That means your time is short, but you got to work even harder. So it is not too late. To me, at least if I'm going to work hard starting today, I still have another 20 years of my working life if you're 40 years old, right? If you're 45, you still got 15 years. 15 years is a long period, right? But for those of y'all, if you are a fresh graduate or you're still at a very early part of your career, now pay attention to this. Build your vision. What do you want to achieve when you're 40? So you got to have milestones. Now, why is it important to have milestones? When you have a vision, okay, I want to be maybe a senior manager in HR earning X amount of money, right? That's where you want to be. But then you have to have milestones, right? Penanda, for example, just like, today we got GPS, so no issue. But, many years ago, when there's no GPS, you follow the, what do you call this? I don't know what this word just disappeared. When you travel along the highway, you can see the milestone or 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, etc. So at certain points, you got to see whether you are getting closer to your destination, whether you're on the right track. Today we got GPS, we just follow GPS. But I'm sure every now and then, you will check whether you're right. So you got to have not just have a vision, but we must also have a milestone. Okay, today I'm 30 years old. By 35, I must have my master's. By 40, I must finish at least one HR certification. By in 4 years' time, I must be able to do public speaking. Because when you want to be a HR head, you got to stand in front of the crowd, like how I'm doing now and how I used to do in the past. You got to be able to, address the audience. You may have to run town halls. You must know how to speak. So how can I be confident in public speaking? Okay, you know what I should do? Maybe I should go and join Toastmasters, right? Toastmasters literally is very cheap, 50, 80 ringgit a month. I need to join Toastmasters because in Toastmasters, you learn how to do public speaking. So in 5 years' time, I must complete my master's and I must be able to speak in front of the crowd, right? And some of you may say, you know what? In order for me to become a HR director in a huge company, I must, my English must be better. So today my English is not so good because my home, I come from a Chinese-speaking home. We speak Mandarin, but today I need to learn, right? So what do I need to do? I need to start reading. Maybe I should read the Star paper every day, and so on. So you got to have all these items that you got to do, right? And all this sets your milestone. By 45, I must be able to, I must earn this much by 45. So set, okay, today I'm earning 5,000. I want to earn X amount of money by 45. So you set this, and then you have got this timeline, these milestones, right? Aim for the best, right? Don't aim for, at 40 years old, I earn 4,000 cukup lah, right? Why can't when you can earn more, why can't you earn more, right? Aim for the best. When you do a master's program, don't go and do a master's program, sorry to say, if you guys are coming from some universities, don't go and find masters that is, easy to pass. Copy, cut, paste masters. No assignment, right? Diploma, okay lah. For degree, no assignments. Some of you all may be degree holder. But I've spoken to so many degree holders. Yes, you got degree holder, but I don't see the degree in you. Sorry, I don't see the masters in you. You got masters, but you speak like a diploma student. So then where's the masters in you? Where is the integrity of your masters, right? So when we choose an easy path, we will not see a change in our life because we chose something easy. If you choose something hard and we put in the discipline, the effort, we go through rigorous training, you become much better. So those of you all, if you have a master's, we're so proud to say I got MBA. But today, when you go for interview, you can't pass the job. But I got MBA. We present in public, we are not confident. But I got MBA. When the boss asks you, what is this, what is that? You're not able to explain. But I got MBA. Right? So what is the purpose of the MBA? A paper that has no value. Why? Because we chose such an easy MBA to pass. Now, a lot of universities out there, some universities easy to get MBA. Cheap. Some MBA, the fees is very low. Oh, you know what? This MBA only X amount of money. I should do it. Now, the moment you have that kind of mindset, you are not going to grow. As easy as that. Any MBA that is cheap or fast, you got to ask yourself, can this MBA bring me to the next level of things? Is the lecturer good? Or the lecturer is another fresh graduate doing MBA teaching? Right? This is something you got to ask. So, moral of the story is, aim for the best. Whether it's in your career, whether it's in your studies, whether it's in whatever that you do, you got to aim for the best. So, my personal journey, I decided to do an MBA from Strathclyde. Go and check who's Strathclyde. Didn't have enough money. Of course, I had to withdraw part of my EPF. My small savings, all gone. So when I paid my MBA 65,000, my bank account became zero. Many of you all dare not do it. We rather choose a cheaper option. But cheaper option may not guarantee success. So, but that investment that I put in, not to say I had money, a little bit from EPF, because that time I was young, didn't have high paying job, etc. But I knew that I want to do this. So no bank loan, EPF money, part of it, account 2 became zero. Whatever savings I had, finish. And then every month I got to top up. Sacrifice. But that MBA brought me to where I am today. So you want an easy option? Don't think big. Now, Elon Musk. So a lot of people say, wow, Elon Musk, the richest guy in the world, etc. Yeah. But do you know how many hours he works per day? He says that he works, 16, 18 hours per day, 100 hours a week. Here, we all 40 hours. Oh, I need work-life balance. 40 hours, right? Boss said, can you do extra work? Can you go back late? Oh, no, work-life balance, etc. But we want to be rich. And then we say, wow, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and all these guys, how many hours they work? They don't work like you and I. We probably 40 hours, we say, are you tired already? Right? Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. Now itself, your mind already, you're switching off your mind. Why? Because Friday, tired, I need to rest. How to be rich, how to be successful if we limit ourselves? All the successful people out there, they invest their time, right? So, of course, I'm not saying that you must work 100 hours a week, but if we start to put conditions, oh no, I only want to work 40 hours a week, I need work-life balance, etc. So sometimes I don't know, what is work-life balance if you don't enjoy your career, you struggle at work, you don't earn enough money. So what is work-life balance, right? Again, I know different people got different perspective. And don't listen to people who are negative. kenapa nak kerja rajin? What for? Why you want to work hard, etc. And so do not listen to them, because they will tell you, hey, don't need to work hard lah, what for, and all that. Not to say boss give you money, what, but they'll be working hard. They will tell you, hey, why you join this company? This company lousy lah. Well, but they'll stay here. There are people out there in companies, they poison the newcomer. Hey, why you join this company? This company lousy, but they still work, right? So don't listen to naysayers. Hey, don't waste your time lah. This company cannot lah. Don't waste your time lah. In Malaysia cannot. Never listen to them, right? You can, okay, but you have your own vision, right? Because if you are able to be influenced by others, influenced positively, no problem, right? If you are next to me, I will be pressurizing you. Did you read this book? Have you done this? Are you doing this? Listen to this webinar, etc. So I'm a positive influence. But if you are next to somebody who's a negative influence, tak payahlah, why waste time, etc. Now, the moment we start to, you should go and relax. Hey, go and watch the movie. Saturday what? Don't need to go. Why you? Now, they are not going to guarantee you. Tomorrow you got no job. Can they give you money? They won't. When you need help, you going to ask them? No. So as a matured person, we must know who to listen to, right? So don't listen to naysayers. People who always say, no, negative, and don't give up. And like it or not, work till it hurts. Now, when I say work hard till it hurts, I'm not asking you to sacrifice your family, divorce your girlfriend or boyfriend or wife, give up everything and just work. No, I'm not saying that. Mondays to Fridays, you can still work hard, right? And, don't involve in gossips. Hey, this fella, that fella, hey, this fella, this and that. Don't involve in gossips. Work hard, work. 9 to 6, right? But also work smart. Now, many of y'all, of course, I know I'm going to generalize, but many HR practitioners out there, they work hard, but they don't work smart. Some of y'all could be issuing show cause letters. You manage IR issues. You take 3 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to issue a show cause letter. I do in half an hour. Warning letter, I can do half an hour. Show cause letter, warning letter, everything, the whole process done in half an hour. But you take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I'm working smart. You're working hard. Now remember this. Please write this down if you have a paper and pen next to you. It is easy to work hard, but difficult to work smart. So those of you who joined masterclass, remember, I've shared how to resolve a disciplinary issue, show cause letter, warning letter, all in half an hour. Work smart. A successful person works smart. And a not so successful person works hard. I'm not saying work hard is not important. Work smart is equally important. But just imagine, if you work smart and work hard, you don't just work smart, you also work hard. Now, you will be far ahead. Somebody who works hard, they can reach a point. Somebody who works smart, they can reach further. But somebody who works hard and works smart, they can go to the maximum. So, work hard, but also work smart. And go all the way, become the best. So my question to all of you all, do you attend HR Forum's webinars? Do you come to the seminars? Do you read up? Do you read the star paper? Do you read what is happening? Do you read what is happening to the world economics? You may tell me, I'm just HR, why should I know? Now, when you go for interview, just imagine in some company, the interviewer is a finance director, right? Small company, the finance director, he's looking for HR because HR reports to him. Now, if you want to impress him, right, and this happens in some small companies, the HR report to finance. Or the CEO of the company, maybe a finance guy. A finance guy started his own company, today is a CEO. A smart candidate, right, do your research, go to LinkedIn, who's interviewing you? Okay, Mr. Johnson Lim is the interviewer. Go to his LinkedIn profile, see who's Mr. Johnson. Oh, Mr. Johnson is a qualified accountant, right? So during interview, of course, he's going to ask you who is it, etc. Now, he may ask you this. So, Arul, can you please explain, how company could, retain talents? So when you explain, right, then if you're smart, you will say this. Mr. Johnson, let me share with you my thoughts. So when I say we means that I'm talking as though I'm already an employee. That's a small technique for job interview. Don't go to the word to say I, we, right? Assuming that you're already an employee. I say, Mr. Johnson, let's say the company name is ABC Enterprise. ABC Enterprise is in finance industry. So we, being in the finance industry, right? You do this, you already got one point already. We in the finance industry, we must note that to be successful in the finance industry in Malaysia, number one, Bank Negara has so much regulations, right? Compliance, whatever, etc. So that is something we got to take note of. Number two, we know that the margins in this industry is quite tight. So as a company in the finance industry, what we need to do is we need to ensure that when we hire somebody at least with CPA qualification. So now when you answer that, he will say, you know what, I've never seen this kind of reply from any other candidates except this particular guy. So now I would say that, he'll be in his mind, he'll be thinking that, this is the guy I need. So sometimes you got to speak the lingo of the other manager, of the other. So this is what I call a smart, right? So read. So who says HR shouldn't read about finance? I'm not asking you to become a financial expert, right? Currency fluctuation, no, but at least the basics of things you got to know. Why is the fuel price increasing? Why has the fuel price increased? You got to know. You cannot say, oh no, that is why it's important for every HR practitioner to read, especially those MBA holders. MBA, but we don't read. We go to class, we learn about finance, but we don't read. So you got to read what's happening. At least I'm not saying that you must learn how to do stock. No, at least the basics of the industry, you got to know. That's why my advice to all of you all, if you want one tip, how can you move up to the next level of knowledge? Please read the Star paper every day, not online. Until today, I still buy the physical paper. I still buy newspaper. I still read. Of course, I don't read Monday to Friday, become busy. Saturday morning, wake up at about 10 o'clock, coffee, I finish all the papers, take 2-3 hours. So you got to read. No excuses. But typically, HR practitioners say, oh, sorry, I got no time. But we got time for holiday. We can plan holiday. We got time for holiday. We got time to go to Sunway Lagoon, or maybe some shopping mall at your, wherever you are. We got time to go for Yamcha, time to go for Kedai Mamak Kopitiam, Zeus Coffee, Starbucks, right? We got time to watch Netflix, scroll. We got time to see which actresses is sleeping, which actresses, right? Which movie is doing well, what is latest in Netflix. All this we got time, but we got no time to learn. So when you say no time to learn, that's an excuse. Some people say, oh no, I got kids and all that. Don't tell me you are watching your kid and husband the whole day. When your kids sleep at 10 o'clock, why not 1 hour open up Facebook and read HR forum, or open a book and read? So if anybody says no time, you are not going to grow. Let me tell you, I repeat this again. If any working adult says I got no time, they are not going to grow. So you want to grow, you got to read. That's why I'm so hard on reading. Okay, so basically, what's your vision? So and the other thing that we need to know is, are you looking for a job or are you looking for a career? Now, what is the difference between a job and a career? So some of you all may think that job and career is the same thing. So in my view, it is not the same. A job is more short-term, right? You work to earn money. You drive Grab, that's a job. Earn whatever money that Grab pays, or whatever money that if you do Lala Move, right? That's a job. You can do some freelance job. You can do some, but is that a career? A job is more short-term, so that you earn enough money to be able to survive, right? Sometimes the job can also pay you quite a bit, right? Maybe maybe you need survival 3K, the job pays you 6K, right? That's a job. But a career is long-term. A career is something that you plan, right? What's this, what's next, etc. Long-term, right? Do I need to enhance my qualification? For a job, you don't need. But for career, if you want to be a HR director, what do you need to do? What qualification you need? What skills you need? What competencies you need? Right? You got to build. So it is always important to identify this. So now, my question to all of you all, are you looking for a job or are you looking for a career? And the next thing is, we also need to have goals. What are your short-term career goals? Now, So let me go back to the previous slide. So a job, remember, short term, career is long term, right? So now you all will tell me, I am looking forward to a career, not a job. If you are in this, if you agree with me, or if this is what you want, okay, then let's go to what are the short-term career goals that you got to set. What are the long-term career goals that you got to set? Right? I won't be able to run through all because it's just too many to cover. But when you talk about short-term career goals, what is it that you can learn in the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or maybe next few months? For example, what is it? Long term usually takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, usually bigger goals, and require time to plan. You need time and planning. So that is long-term career goal and short-term career goal. Let me give you some examples of what is short-term, long-term. So for example, I want to get a certification in, let's say, payroll. I'm a payroll, I do payroll. I want to be a payroll certified professional. Or, somebody in project management, they may say, I want to go and do a project management certification. Or, somebody in IT may say, I want to do a certification in Cisco, right? 3, 4 months, 5 months, you're done, right? Short term. So those are HR, maybe certificate in payroll, certificate in business partner, whatever. So get a professional certification, that's short term. Upskill yourself, but upskill can be short and also long. Improve your communication skills. Go and join, Toastmasters. Those of you all, if you are not confident to do public speaking, go and join Toastmasters. Toastmasters is all over the place, right? They are in almost every district. Membership fee, 50, 80 ringgit a month. Not much, right? Once a week or once a month or twice a month. I can't recall, right? Go and join Toastmasters. Then they teach you how to do public speaking, right? Because as a HR leader, you cannot say, I'm shy, malu-malu, etc. Cannot. You got to address the crowd. If you go into a large company, there'll be 200, 500, 800, or even more employees. And you got to do a town hall. Whether it's online, face-to-face, doesn't matter. So you got to public speaking. So you cannot say, I do not know, right? Pick up a reading habit. Go for some networking events, right? If there's a seminar for free, go. Even if you need to pay some money, go. There's some town hall, go. Oh, I got no time. I got a lot of work, I got no time. But can take annual leave for holiday. You see? No time, but can take annual leave, go China. Or maybe go Japan, or maybe go Bali. Right? No time, but can go holiday. Right? Go and attend an event. If the boss says, you know what, I remember once, I was in Malacca those days. I used to come to KL quite frequent. Until one day my boss said, Arul, I'm not able to support you for all your trips to KL. I said, never mind. I took annual leave and came. But my work was not affected. For promotion in 8 years, not affected. Because I still come back and do my work. Right? So what is important is, we have to spend time wisely. Now remember, some of you all may disagree. If you disagree, you are a job-oriented person. Then this webinar is not for you. But if you are a career-minded person, no excuses. No excuses, right? So develop confidence, grow your job grade, and so on and so forth. Long-term career. Now, I've got a degree, I need to do my master's. Remember, not a copy, cut, paste master's, assignment master's. There are this kind of masters there. Assignment-based, copy, cut, paste, whatever, etc. Okay, I got masters now. But the masters, tak boleh pakai. Right? So, go and do a good program. Now, of course, maybe you can't afford Strathclyde, which is 65,000. But to me, go into a University Malaya MBA. It's about, 25,000. I can't recall the figure, but I can tell you, not easy. If I remember correctly, they've got about 24 subjects, mostly exam-based. You want to be good, right? Go into a good MBA, right? If money is an issue, then it's okay. Go for those affordable but good. So I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying that is the rest are lousy. You do your own research, right? So I need to do an MBA, but do a good MBA. I need to develop an expertise, because developing expertise takes time. I want to be a good IR practitioner, HR. I want to be good in industrial relations, employment law. So what do? You join webinars, seminars, training, read, engage in discussion, help others, and whatnot, etc. Write articles. You do this over a period of time, you become, maybe not an expert, but you become very knowledgeable. That's good enough, right? Write a book or write articles. Some people say, oh, I cannot write a book. Never mind, write short articles. Book is not easy. Until today, I've not written a book because book requires discipline and time. For me, it's a big challenge. Time is a big challenge. But I think many of y'all, if you follow me, I write a lot of articles. Right now with ChatGPT, life becomes easy. So what I do, I write my articles, I put the ChatGPT, I say, can you please perfect it? So ChatGPT will make it nice. Then I read it through, all okay, I pass. So when you see my writing, you will be thinking, wow, this guy's so good in English. That one is ChatGPT's work, but the contents are mine, right? So do that. Be a speaker, right? If you want to grow the career, like those days, I was lucky, and I also, not to say lucky, but I also made it. So I used to go to, MMU, I used to go to UTM, I used to go to UKM, UITM. They invite me as to come and do career talk. Like what I'm doing today, I used to do those days. Career talk, what is the HR career, etc., how to write resume. Go and do this, right? If the boss says, oh, sorry, I cannot, take annual leave and go. But make sure your job not affected, right? Be a speaker and many others, right? So if you want to grow your career, then you have to do this. And what is also important, I may not be able to explain to you in detail here because you're not here, but in order for you to know your sweet spot. Now, some of y'all, you are good at your job, but you are not happy. You're competent, you're not happy. But you have a job, you are good at your job, and the job pays you well, but you don't enjoy it. I'm sure all of y'all will fall into either one of these. You are good at your job, you love what you do, right? You're good at a job, you love what you do, but the job don't pay you. So in other words, right, you're competent, but you're poor. You love your job, you're good at it, but not paid well, right? You're good, you're happy, but poor. Or the company pays you well, and you're really good at the job. You are now rich, but unhappy. Or, you love what you do, right? It pays you well, but you're not good at it. Some HR practitioners out there, they take up a job. The job pays well, but they're not ready for the job. In other words, right? They are in a shoes that is so big, too big to be filled. A job they cannot cope. Then they take up a job, they cannot cope. The job pays quite okay, cannot cope. Now the boss pressure them, they become stressed out. So never take up a job too big for you. If you're ready, go for it. Not ready, you take the job, you'll be stressed up. You'll be stressful. The boss asks why, etc. Okay, I call labor department. I call here, I call there. WhatsApp group, Facebook. How? I got this issue. Now, if you got MBA, you'll be working for the last 10 years, and you're still going around asking for help. Something's wrong. You have an MBA, right? Some of you all got MBA, or some of you are degree holder with 20 years working experience. But basic issues, we still go to Facebook. My company, we got retirees, this, how? But we want to grow. But we want to earn. We want big money. We want promotion. So if you are going around asking for help, when you're a fresh graduate, we cannot blame them. They're fresh graduate. They need help. 3, 4, 5 years still learning. But if you've been in HR for 15 years, 20 years, we are still going around asking for help. Something's wrong, right? So it is important to identify a sweet spot if you really want to enjoy your job and you want to earn good money. So I will have to stop here because this I need more time to explain. But for now, because of time factor, I will stop here. But you can go and read it up. This is a concept from Jim Collins, Good to Great. It's called the hedgehog concept. And I'll skip this slide. So these are a bit of things like, where to go. You got to think out of the box, right? As HR practitioner, if you do the same stuff the same way every day, then we're not being creative. We're not learning. So sometimes you got to think out of the box. It's okay if somebody else have not done it. You do it, you prove it. And if you can make it a success, people will say that, oh, you know what? This guy or this lady, she came up with this idea, never heard of, and he managed to transform or managed to change, etc. I'm sure the boss will be so happy to give you extra money, right? Be an asset. Be an asset, not a liability, right? The company must say that, you know what, I'm paying this person X amount of money. It's a lot of money. I never paid other people. I'm paying this person a lot of money, but I'm happy paying this person. You know why? Because this person is able to help us, able to bring us, she'll come up or he'll come up with some great ideas and we implement. We see employees are happy, competency going up, retention's better, attrition drops, etc. So show the company you are an asset, not a liability, right? In a way that, the boss is trying the boss is trying his or her way, trying whatever methods to get you out because you're a liability. So are you an asset or are you a liability? So that's something to take note of. Okay. Now, the rest all you please read it. And, seizing opportunity. Maybe I'll just cover one part. Seizing opportunity. Whenever you see something, don't say, oh, I got no time. I got holiday. I need to spend some time, etc. Now, holiday, let me tell you this about holiday. Holiday only gives you short-term excitement. Oh, I want to go to Indonesia. I want to visit, all this, Jogja, this temple, etc. You go, you come back, 1-2 days, 1 week, 2 week fun, etc. Sometimes people go holiday, why? To show off their friends. Hey, I go to Japan, I go to China, I go to London, etc. Show off. You come back to work, after 1-2 weeks, what is the effect of the holiday? Oh, I went to de-stress myself. 1 week later, stress come back. I'm not saying don't go holiday, right? But, go and enjoy holiday, etc. But when you come to work, you got to really work. But if we say, I don't want to learn because I got no time, but we can go for holiday, then sorry lah. But if you're able to spend time to learn, you're good in time management, you're able to spend time to learn, you also go for holiday, no problem, right? Seize opportunity. For example, next month, we are having 3 marketplace. No payment. Marketplace for payroll. Of course, we bring all the payroll companies, come, showcase your demo, come and listen. Sometimes any event that you go, right, you will learn something. You will network, you learn something, right? Bring your name card, exchange. You never know, the boss of another company, you come for the marketplace that we're going to do, the HR director of a company may be there. You give him name card, present to him, come dress neatly, talk, network. The guy will say, actually, I'm looking for a payroll manager. This person, so and so, quite friendly, quite knowledgeable, can speak, nicely groomed, look very disciplined, etc. I want to hire her. You might even get a job when you go for events. So we are having a payroll marketplace. We are having another marketplace on, workforce solution tools. We're having another marketplace on health and benefits, right? Free. Come, network, learn, look at the demo, find out what is it. Oh, this tool is much better. How this tool can transform a company. And HR Forum doing it for free. We never ask you to pay. So come, learn, network, right? When you see an opportunity, don't, seize it. But of course, seize it intelligently, right? When I say seize it intelligently, don't go for something that probably, you can go, you can learn something, but at a greater sacrifice. And please also find a mentor, right? It does not necessarily mean a mentor must be somebody, Tony Fernandez. Tony Fernandez won't even talk to you, right? He's busy. Not easy to reach out to him, right? So find a mentor in the industry. How to find a mentor? Go to LinkedIn. Let me give you a small tip. Go to LinkedIn, right? Connect to all the HR directors, right? There's so many HR directors, HR senior managers, right? Why HR? Because today's whole webinar is to guide HR professionals, right? Go to LinkedIn. There are hundreds, thousands of HR professionals there. Go and find some of, you decide. Could be some GLCs, senior manager GLCs or PLCs, MNCs, doesn't matter who, right? Connect to them, right? Connect to as many as you can, and you tell them that, dear so-and-so, I am looking for a mentor. In the HR space, I'm looking at growing my career, right? I need somebody to who can guide me. So many will not want to entertain you because, they'll say, why waste my time? Who's this person, etc. But you'll never know. One person may say, you know what? I don't mind mentoring you, right? That's it. Once you get connection and the person don't mind, exchange your numbers, whatever, etc. Invite him or her for coffee and tell them, what can I do, what can I grow, etc. This mentor could be your reference one day. Or in their company, right, if there is a job, he may say, you know what, my mentee, from another company, I think he or she is good. Hey, you know what, Sarah, I got a job, you want to join me or not? Right? You don't even need to apply for a job. Or this mentor, he got his friends, right? He knows the other HR guys in other companies or all the HR folks. Now, another company said, hey, John, I'm looking for a HR manager. Do you know anybody good out there? John said, hey, actually, you know what? I'm actually mentoring this Sarah. She's not working for me, but she's working for another company. One day she just reached out to me saying that she wanted a mentor. And I said, okay. So I connected to, we got connected. I've met her a couple of times, exchange of ideas and whatnot, etc. And I think she's good, right? She just need a bit more guidance, which I think if you guide, so that reference will give you a job. So if you have not done this, please start doing it. I wish I can mentor, but I just don't have time. I'm already mentoring a few. No cost, free. They just reach out to me. I like to help people who want to improve themselves. Some of them, they got free seats in masterclass. I've invited them to come and, do this, etc. That's the best I can do. Right now, I just have no time, but I'm sure there are other HR professionals out there who could mentor you, right? Don't take things for granted. When you connect to them, when you make an appointment, please go, right? Sometimes bring a small souvenir, small gift, right? Nothing wrong. So go and build your connections. LinkedIn is a good tool. Don't spend time on Facebook. Facebook forum, yes. HR forum, yes. Facebook Reels, what video? Oh, hey. No use. Monday come back to work, all this gone, right? So connect to people, right? See whether somebody can be a mentor. One at least cukup. You got two, fine, but one is enough, right? Connect to them, tell them that, I need some guidance, what to do, how to do, etc. And I can tell you, that mentor may open up doors for you, right? So that is about mentor. You can ignore the why university lecturer because that's for fresh graduate. Fresh graduate likes to put university lecturer. University lecturer, not to say they're not good, but university lecturer can't do much. And company also know. Graduates will put university lecturer. Lecturer, how the lecturer knows the student? Lecturer will tell you all the good things. Yeah, he was good. But to me, this is for fresh graduates. Somebody, your internship supervisor is even better. And so back to what I've said just now, identify your goals, know what you're not good at. You must know what are your constraints, what are your challenges, your weaknesses, your gaps. Work on it. Accept it first. You know what? I'm not so good in public speaking. I'm not so good in my English. I can't do analysis. I can't do writing, right? You know it, right? That's your constraint. Kekurangan, your gaps, or your weaknesses, whatever you call it. You know it, you acknowledge it first. Okay, yes, I am not good in this. Then how can I work on it? How can I address it? It's painful, right? It's painful. Sometimes we say, yeah, tiring. Just reading a book after 2-3 pages, you're boring, except we give up. But if you give up, you can't. And do not apply for a job blindly, right? Open up JobStreet, open up LinkedIn, apply. Then when somebody calls you for interview, hey, where are you calling me from? What job is it? And then sometimes, when we call candidate, I still can't remember I applied. So you must know what you're applying for, right? What you're applying for, when you go for interview, I do not know whether JobStreet today, they got this function where they can blacklist. They call you for interview, and then you realize this is not the job that you want. Tomorrow they put their blacklist. Then another company see your name blacklisted, they won't call you. I don't know whether JobStreet still have it, but fresh graduate, okay, they may apply for all kind of jobs. But as a working adult, know your skill set, know your goal, know your focus, know your capability, your competencies, what does the job want, whether the gap is less or more. If the gap between you and the job is so great, don't apply. But if the gap is minimal, go for it. So do not apply for job blindly. Go to JobStreet, open up, and just tembak. Like you see this video, right? Open up, tembak, right? Don't do that. It's not about how many jobs you apply, right? It is the quality of the jobs you apply. So when you apply for so many jobs, right? When we keep apply, just see every day, somebody will tell you, you just go apply 100 jobs a day, apply. Some of you all may have, if you're really desperate for a job, you may have applied for 80 jobs, but 0 interviews. Then you get frustrated, you get disappointed, you get depressed. I apply for 80 jobs, nothing comes. Why? Because we were just applying blindly. We were not intelligent in our job search. But we claim, I am an expert. I got 10 years working experience. So don't do that, because you get yourself frustrated. LinkedIn. We all have LinkedIn. But are you using LinkedIn to sell your profile? So use LinkedIn, put a professional photo, not the photo in the cafe, Starbucks, in a car. You take a professional shot, right? A professional shot. You can even ask your neighbor, your father, your sister, stand against a white wall, wear a nice dress, coat, etc. Groom yourself, take photo, take a few, make some, go to, use some tools to make it bright, etc. Done, cukup. Or you want to go to the studio, go ahead and do it. But put a proper photo. I've seen photos in LinkedIn. Either they took in a cafe, wearing cap, sunglasses. You think a hiring manager will treat you seriously? The hiring manager, if I'm the hiring manager, I'll say, you know what? If he can't even present his photos profile properly, why should I hire him? So go and check a LinkedIn profile. Some recruiters, they don't just read your resume. They see your resume, okay, resume looks okay. They go and check your profile in LinkedIn. Then they realize, why the profile and firstly, the profile and resume, not the same. Here you put 5 companies, LinkedIn 4 companies. Candidate may not interview you. So many of the mistakes that you make is not helping you. Not the company yet, If, they look at it, I tell you, I've seen it. I've done hiring. I do hiring until today. I see HR will send me a CV. I look at the CV. I'll go to LinkedIn and check. If I see why not the same? That means you're hiding something. In LinkedIn you wrote, in resume you wrote, because I'm looking at resume, but you bluff. You cheated on something here. LinkedIn you don't update. People are checking on that. Some, not all. Some. So, your resume and your LinkedIn, these are the two. Please put it up nicely. Okay? So, and I can tell you this, connect to as many HR professionals at high level, right? If you want to be a HR director, your aspiration HR director, you look at, you connect to HR directors. It's okay if you're young, it doesn't matter, right? Connect to them. Or if you're mid-size, you're mid-age, connect to them. Number 2, right? Write something. You say you're good in payroll, I'm good in recruitment, I can handle, com and ben, I can do L&D, but you can't even write. Write something. Every week do one short write-up. How to do payroll audit, right? Write something. Ask ChatGPT to beautify it and post it in your LinkedIn. Tomorrow you write, maybe next week write another article, 5 mistakes payroll makes. Write something, put it up in LinkedIn. 1 week later, write something on, write, okay, whatever, maybe IR or whatever, right? So when you write, remember, you are already connected to 100, 200 HR professionals out there, managers, directors, etc., senior managers. Every time you write, you publish, they get a notification. You write, you publish, they get something in their feed. You write, publish, something pops up in their system. You write, publish, they start noticing you. After a few months, this I always get, I always see this person in my connection. Sometimes we don't know who we're connected to. I got 18,000 connection. I can't remember. Maybe I remember some, not all, right? I see, how come this? I see Razak. I always see this guy Razak, writing up something. Today's on this, today's on that, etc. Now I will start to slowly, eventually, I start to notice him, and then maybe I start reading it. Yeah, not bad. I'll send this to my HR because my HR don't know all this. Hey, HR, can you read this article? And tomorrow, if there's a job available, that person may say, hey, Razak, we have a job. Are you looking out? That's how you sell your profile without having to apply for a job. That's how you get a job without having to apply. So LinkedIn is a very powerful tool. Make sure that your LinkedIn resume is aligned, good photo, right? Put all your academic qualification, make sure no error, no typo, this, that. and so on. Highlight achievement, do up some articles and whatnot. You read a book. Okay, you have read a book called Good to Great. Do a small analysis, put a write up. 5 lessons HR can learn from Good to Great. Write up something. ChatGPT will help you to fine tune it. Post it. Right? Don't worry. Today nobody will notice you. Tomorrow nobody will notice you. But one day somebody will notice you. Right? It'll come. The time will come. And so remember this. Your resume may get why LinkedIn is powerful. I'm not promoting LinkedIn. LinkedIn did not hire me to say they are good, bad, whatever, etc. But let me tell you how LinkedIn can be useful. When you send a resume, the recruiter is the one who gets the resume, right? Of course, HR is a bit unique because sometimes the resume may go to the decision maker, may not be the hiring manager. But in some companies, the department still hires. So now they may block your resume because the recruiter may have their own way of looking at resumes. Resume is good, but they may say, no, I don't want so and so. I want somebody like this. So they get blocked. But if you are connected to the hiring manager in LinkedIn, right, you apply online, then you write to the hiring manager, hey, dear Mr. John, notice that you have a job. I've actually deposited my resume through LinkedIn, through JobStreet. Really hoping to speak to you guys, right? The hiring manager gets to think, hey, this guy, Raza, I've seen all his write-up. Raza is applying to to our job. Hey, HR, is there a guy called Raza apply in? I want to interview him. So HR is the recruiter is like a firewall. They block, right? They filter, they block. So how to bypass them? So use LinkedIn. And right, so remember this, your resume is like a prayer book. Like it or not, it is the resume. You see, you're not there to say how good are you. The resume is the first filter. If your resume is lousy, that's it, finish. So these are some of the things that you need level. But when you're after 30s, clear now? Clear now? Clear? Okay, good. So a little bit, yeah. So I think the battery went off. Uh, I don't know where did I stop just now. Okay, but anyway, the point I was trying to make in the last 1 minute or so is that when you reach 30s, stop moving around, right? Every 6 months, every 8 months. If you want to move to a, I mean, if you want to move to a better company, right? Fine, but at least 3 years or 4 years, not 2, 3 years, or not 1, 2 years. 3 is still fine, right? If you have been moving around so much in the past, whether you're 30, 25, 40, do not try not to do it from today onwards, right? Otherwise, we are not moving far. So when we move forward. You're moving because of a career growth, not company no good. I change company be no good. Company C, we just keep moving around, right? You move forward, not sideways. So if there's a gap, sometimes what may have happened, company closed down, you have no job to do. So what do you do? Don't know what to do. Just do this, there, etc. But honestly speaking, if you leave a job, number one, don't leave a job simply. Just because you don't like the boss, you leave the job, right? So the gap that you have in your resume, never leave the gap empty. Always be doing something, right? Always be doing something. So if you are a HR professional, I mean, if you are in HR for the last 5 years, surely you have developed a skill. Why not during this, company closed down, right? If you resign your job, don't know what, just because you don't like the boss face, sorry lah, that one I don't know how to answer you. But company closed down, right? Company, decided to move the operations to Thailand, and you lost your job, retrench. Yes, you got some money, you lost your job, right? Now, maybe go for a quick holiday. What do you do next? Be a freelance consultant, right? Be a freelance consultant, go into your train the trainer, do some coaching, do some training, maybe do some freelance recruitment, or maybe help companies write documentation, help companies write policies, do something, right? Do something. Maybe go and teach tuition. If maybe you're good in mathematics, go and teach tuition, right? Always be doing something. And, apply for a job. While you're applying for a job, do something. Even Grab. So what if you do Grab? Some people say Grab, but no. Let me tell you a real story what happened in Grab. So I was in Grab. This was in Malacca. So, I took Grab because my car, I don't know, maybe it was not, was in the workshop. I took Grab. And so in the Grab, I got into the car, and this guy was so bubbly. He said, "Hey, how are you? Where are you working?" Because he saw my thing going to Infineon. So Infineon, this company had 2,000 workers, or don't know how many thousand workers lining up viral. That's my ex-employer, my ex-company. So, Infineon. And then, then he says, "Oh, you Infineon." He said, "I've been applying 7 times to get into Infineon. Infineon is the best place to work in Malacca. Everybody in Malacca wants to work in Infineon." And he saw me HR, some more recruitment head. I was the head of recruitment. He said, "I want to work in Infineon. Can I have your card?" So I gave my card. And then he said, "I've been trying to get in Infineon, etc., this and that." So what I did, I said, "Why not you email me a resume?" And he got a job, trying for 7, 8 years. Not easy to get in Infineon. If you get into Infineon, Malacca, you're damn good, damn lucky. So he got a job. So, If you just imagine, if he did not drive Grab and I did not get into his car on that day, he wouldn't have got a job. Right? Not that I'm big hoo-ha, etc. But it so happened, he wanted a job and I'm the hiring manager in Infineon. And I look at it, I'm talking to him, throughout the journey. So what do you do? How do you do it? So what I did, I got his resume. I didn't send to my recruiter. I went to the hiring manager. You know what? I met this guy. I think he's good. You should interview him. He got a job. So if you are not working, do something, right? All of you all have a car. If you have lost your job, it's okay. Never mind. Don't worry about it. It happens in life. The company closed down, not because of you, right? Company says, you know what, we want to retrench and whatnot, etc. Sometimes what may have happened, you are no problem with you. Not that all the time HR is an evil. Sometimes the bosses, they've got different plans, right? There's somebody in the company don't like you. They force you out. It happens. I agree. So what do? You sit at home, do nothing. You cannot be sitting out applying for a job the whole day, right? You can apply for a job at night. Let's say, for example, Grab. You decide, you know what? Let me drive Grab. So what do? Dress up nicely. Don't wear short pants. Dress up nicely. Apply to be a Grab driver. Dress up nicely. Keep a copy of your resume in the car, please. You're looking for a job, right? Keep your resume in a car. And what do? Every time people come into your car, sit, because you know the name, right? The app will tell you what. Let's say the what do you call that? The passenger's Mina, right? Hi, Miss Mina. Good morning. Where do you? So, of course, you know where they're going, lah. So, hi, Miss Mina. Good morning, etc. So, do you work at this place? Yes, I'm working here, etc. So, what do you do at the company? Some people talk. When you talk, they don't listen. It's okay, never mind. Some people talk. I'm working in this company. I'm a HR. Oh, you're an HR. So what do you do? I do recruitment. Whatever, doesn't matter what they do. Oh, you know what? I heard about your company before, and so on, and whatever. You know what? I'm actually looking for a job at the moment. My company closed down, or whatever the reason is. Can I pass you my resume? If you can help me to pass to your HR, right? Give the resume. Because she works in this company, so I would like to pass you my resume. Would you mind to help me to share it with the HR? Whether the HR throw the resume dustbin or not, don't worry about it, right? Sometimes that person may not go to HR, may give the resume to the hiring manager. Let's say if you are in finance, for example, you're in finance. The person may take the resume, go and see the finance manager. Hey, you know what, Sam, I was in a Grab today. The driver, this guy, company closed down, lost a job. He's driving Grab for time being while he's applying for a job. You know what? I think it's good English and whatnot. You might want to talk to him. That's, that word itself or that conversation itself may lend you something. What more if the person in HR, right? So always be doing something, right? Drive Grab in the morning. I'm not asking you to drive Grab the whole day and make Grab as your career. No. You can drive maybe morning, every day, maybe 5-6 hours. You never know who gets into your car, especially if you're in KL, right? And sometimes, okay, let me tell you this. Couple of Grab guys have come and see me, wanted some ideas. I don't want to drive Grab forever, right? I told them do this. So I also told them this. Try to park your car near office buildings. Why? Because office buildings, people are coming out, office workers. You park your car in a shopping mall, may not be the office guys. So go and park your car. Try to pick people up from the office malls. And, you never know. And keep your resume. So I told him, keep 20 resumes. If you need to give out 20 resumes, give out 20 resumes, right? But when you give this resume, you're not just giving, you're also talking. That person may be the hiring manager, may not be that, doesn't matter who, right? If the person say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't help you, no worries, it's okay. Miss Mina, you're working in this company, etc. Can I pass you my resume? If you don't mind me help, if you don't mind, share this with your HR, etc. She said, no, I can't, etc. No worries, Miss Mina, I can understand. I don't want to also give you whatever. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant day. And wishing you all the best in whatever that you do. Cukup, it's okay, right? So at least one guy called me back. I gave him my name card. He called me, but I said, I don't have a job. That time I was no longer working. But what he called me back. He told me, you know what? This idea that you gave, I got a job. So I said, okay, you need to buy me teh tarik now. So to me, if you are not working, do not stay idle at home. I'm not saying you must drive Grab. You can be a part-time consultant. You can help companies write up some policies. You can do a bit of freelance payroll. You can put in Google or Facebook freelance payroll. anybody, whatever, and so on. Always be doing something. You want to drive Grab in the morning. Afternoon, go and open up Udemy or Coursera, do some studies, right? So always be doing something. Never leave your gap empty. So somebody asks tomorrow, hey Arul, why, what were you doing? Right? During this period, I was driving Grab. Nothing wrong, right? I'm not selling drugs. I was doing Grab. Why? Because I don't want to sit at home and stay idle. I want to be doing something. So I decided to, drive Grab. And, drive Grab gave me a lot of realization. So during interview, drive Grab, and this is what I told the guy how to answer. So driving Grab gave me a lot of realization, what is important in life, what is not, etc. And when I'm in Grab, I do not sit quietly. I speak to the audience. Some passengers, they don't like talk. I don't do much, but some people talk. And what I did was I was able to learn, as I talk about this, that, etc. So people sometimes, some hiring managers, they're also human beings. They also know challenges. But what they like in you is your perseverance, your attitude of wanting to learn, attitude of not wanting to give up. Some people hire not because of knowledge, not because of competency per se, they hire because of attitude. Okay, so as I said, always be doing something, always be reading, always be learning. I'm not saying don't sleep, read until 24. No, I'm not saying, I did not say give up on your girlfriend, give up on your wife, your husband, your kids. No, give up on your hobby. You like to play badminton. I'm not saying give up. No, do all of those things. But also, please allocate a time or allocate some time to learn. So, and of course, sometimes, your company may be using a funny title, right? Specialist in don't know what. But so if your business title is something people do not know, refine it, right? You can always put, let's say some company may say, chief, some company like, I don't know, like these La La Land companies, when they say La La Land companies, to me, a client manager, lah. Client success manager. I don't know, maybe by using right title, they become world number one. I do not know. So if a company uses funny title, what do? You put the normal, the title that people know, right? Recruitment executive. In bracket, put your company title. So they know, it's recruitment executive, right? Internally, you call it as this. So refine the title, use common titles. Some company, they tend to use big titles, right? But market may not know. Small I say this, small company, they may say sales manager, but in a bigger company, with 2 years experience, you cannot become sales manager. Small companies, they give big titles, small pay. Big companies, they give small title, but big pay, the other way around, right? So you must know yourself. If you are working for the last 3 years, your company give you a title, sales manager, and then you put in a resume, sales manager. Siemens, or ABB or Bosch, they will not hire you because in Bosch or Siemens or all the big companies, right? Sales manager only 10 years experience. So you go and put in a resume, and this is the biggest mistake, or one of the big mistake people do. Just because they work in a small company, 2 years they got manager title, they put in resume manager. When they apply, the other company will reject you. Sure. Why? 2 years manager, and then you want to go there to be a manager. Have you seen in the mirror first before you apply? Right? So don't be caught in this. So refine your title. You have no choice, right? Always climb the ladder. And sometimes small companies, they tend to pay more, but when you went to go to a bigger company, they will not pay you. So I remember when I joined Infineon, my previous company at that time paid me a little bit more. But when I joined Infineon, they said, you know what, Arul,
Okay.
Okay. Okay, good. So where did I stop just now? Yeah. Okay. Now resume. Right? So resume. Some tips for resume. I will not be able to go through the detailed resume, but I'll share with you a template. Number one, keep it lean and compact. When I say lean, compact means not 20 page long, 15 page long. So keep it lean and compact. Put a proper photo. It's okay if you don't want to put a photo, but if you're going to put a photo, put a proper photo. Get somebody to take a proper photo shot. Whether it's home or in the studio, it doesn't matter. Right? Proper email address. Right? I've seen some email address, cutiePieFish@gmail.com. CutiePieFish. The thing is this: are you in? If you want to be seen as some, a professional, show it up. Show professionalism, right? Mud Rock Gangster at Gmail. I've seen this kind of email. What is this? Right? You want a job? Present yourself. I'll be afraid. The guy says Mud Rock Gangster. I'll be wondering who's this guy. I know sometimes so to me, we're not, coming applying for a job is not hobby fun, right? You got to show seriousness. Why not you just say your name? If your name is Jackson Lim, to me, I like simple, straightforward. JacksonLim@gmail.com. Of course, your name, maybe there are 100 Jackson Lims in the world, so not everybody will get it, only one. It's okay to put Jackson_Lim or Jackson Lim 55, fine. But show some seriousness, even in the email address. Have a summary. 11 years working as 11 years of progressive work experience as a HR professional in recruitment and comm and ben, right? Graduated with a business degree. So that summary explains who you are, right? Achieve success in high level recruitment or BPO, whatever, etc. So that summary, gives me a very quick overview of who you are. Then your experience. Now, when you do experience, don't write job description. Some people, even experienced ones, they write the entire JD. I hire people, I do immigration clearance, I do this, I do resume searching, I do job tree, I do it. Is it a resume or job description? Right? So instead of writing if you're a recruiter, we all know what does recruiter do. So don't need to write what you do, but write what have you done in terms of achievement. Okay, if you're a payroll person, don't write I do payroll, statutory payment, payroll audit, payroll check. Everybody does that. Who don't do payroll audit? Who don't do statutory payment? Everybody do it. What you should rather do, you can put the simple manage payroll 2,000 employees. Competent in in payroll audit, right? Manage to resolve this issue. Write your success stories, because companies don't want to know what you do. If I want to know what you do, I don't need to call you for interview. I want to know what is it that you can do for me differently, more successfully. So 1 or 2 sentences of what you do, the rest, what have you achieved? Not writing your JD. So is it a resume or is it a JD? And no grandfather, grandmother stories. Writing long thing, I do this, go for training. Also, some people go for training also, they write. So to me, no grandfather, grandmother stories, please. State a notice period. If you can have good reference, put it in. Not any Tom, Dick, and Harry here. Somebody, when people look at it, okay, I think this guy can be trusted, right? They may not know him, but you put there Mr. John, senior manager in your previous company, HR, for example, not your friend, right? So put more credible references. If you can state the last drawn salary is good, and keep your resume 2-page, maximum 3. If today your resume is 7 pages, now let me ask you this. You think the recruiter got time to read all the 7 pages? Every time we publish a job, any company publish a job, there'll be 100, 200 people applying. How to read? So keep your resume 2-page, maximum 3, no matter how many jobs you had. That's why I said, no grandmother, grandfather stories, please. If you can put your resume, salary, even better, because it makes the recruiter's life easy. So I know what salary you're earning today. I know what you want. So for me, it's easy to process your CV, right? For me, I like transparency. When I say transparency means, tell me what you're earning today, what you want. If it's within my expectation, I will tell you. If you don't write current, never mind. What is expected? So if see, no point I call you for interview, and then my budget is only 5K, you want 7K. No point I call you for interview. You're going to waste your time, I'm going to waste my time. So if you don't want to waste time, state your resume. At least expected salary, notice period. And avoid this in your resume. Multiple font types. Arial, suddenly got Times New Roman, suddenly got Tahoma, right? Avoid different fonts and avoid different font sizes. Of course, the header you can use, one font bigger, then the rest is smaller. So avoid multiple fonts, types and multiple font sizes. Watch out the alignment. Nama saja degree holder, masters, all kind of alignment and typo. I forgot the word typo error. Alignment and typo error, right? But masters, degree holder, 10 years working experience, can write policies, can write show cause letter, warning letter, but resume, plum cupboard. So watch out for the alignment, typo errors. And here, we don't want world history. The recruiter not interested in learning, what did you get in UPSR, PMR, my hobby? We're not interested, sorry. What subject I took in diploma? Not interested, sorry. Fresh graduate, all this, yeah. But when you're working, for you all, if you're already an experienced person, we don't want all this. What training I did? I went for this training, this. So what? Some of you all may have gone for 100 trainings. But when I ask questions on IR, do not know. So what's the point? So don't write trainings. We're not interested. Training is easy. You buy trainings, what? You pay money, you go what? So what? You got money, company got HRDF, you pay, you go. So what? Does that make you competent? No. So you write there for what? So to me, keep your resume short, no long-winded, right? If you have so many tasks, just focus on the top 2 or 3 and then write your success story. And all this fancy, colorful resume, some useless pie chart, useless diagram, I don't know why you all do that. Some do that. They think that by making the resume so creative, the hiring manager is going to say, wow, fantastic. Trust me, we are not here for some, some cinema show, We are here for serious job. You're not coming here to have some fun, do some painting, come and draw some portrait. No, you are here to do payroll. So for experienced job seekers, a black and white resume is perfectly fine, but make it of high substance. Never too late. You might be 30 years old or 40 years old. Sorry, 30 is not too late. You might be 45 years old. It is never too late. But the challenges for you is much harder compared to somebody who's 25. The runway, right? The runway, you know what's a runway, right? The plane lands. You know when a plane lands, if the runway is long, the plane can land very comfortably because they have a long, runway to stop the plane. But when a runway is short, it becomes much more challenging for the pilot to stop the plane in a short runway, right? So for those of you all, if you are now 45, 40, late 40s, maybe 50s, is it too late? Honestly speaking, kind of. If you're 50s, I think it's very, very challenging already. If you're 40s, still okay. If you're 30 plus, I think it's perfectly okay with you. So it is never too late, but do not waste further time. You got to work harder. So the problem against experienced job seekers, they always have this thing, the world is against me, right? No lah, all the hiring managers Chinese. Or no lah, all the company want Malay, or whatever lah. Or only, company only want pretty HR, female pretty girls. Are you sure or not? Am I a girl? Am I a Chinese or Malay? Right? Am I pretty? No, right? It's not about that. It's about who you are, how good you are. Not who you are, how good you are. Are you good in IR? Are you good in payroll? Is your English good? Can you present well? Can you do public speaking? How is your thought process? Do you have solutions? Can you come up with ideas? Can you correct this? Can you change this? So it's not about who, but it's how. What do you have? What can you offer the company? So stop blaming the world. Some of y'all, some job seekers, they blame the boss, they blame the company, they blame the government, blame everybody, but not themselves. So remember this, if you cannot dance, don't blame the dance floor. I cannot dance, but then we said, I cannot because the dance floor lousy. You cannot dance, you don't blame the dance floor. So, I'm the unlucky one. Everybody get a chance. Why they get a chance? Why not me? Right? All these answers are with you. Don't blame the world. Remember, I've given you ideas how to make people come to you, how to make yourself stand out. Right? So don't blame others. You have failed because see, again, don't take me negatively. Some of you may be having a good job. You just want to listen, etc. No, I'm just saying generally, we shouldn't blame the others because we are not able to make it. Why we are not able to make it? I've spoken to so many HR practitioners, right? Some of them are 10 years, 20 years experience. But when they ask questions, sometimes I feel like, oh my God, 20 years, asking questions like SPM student. Never read EA. Asked to follow discussion, don't follow. Asked to follow webinar, don't listen. But they claim that, oh, I'm a HR manager. But they don't even know the basics. So then they say, when they apply for a job, they don't get a job. You know what? The world is unfair to me. The world is against me. No, it's us. We are the problem. Right? So to me, we fail to push ourselves hard. We fail to push ourselves to excellence. How do I beat the competition? Right? When you apply for a job, there are, 50, 80, 200, 300 people applying. Right? You're not the only one, You're not the only job seeker in the market. There are thousands of others who are also looking for the job. And you want to join a nice branded company, like let's say you want to join Shell, there'll be 10,000 or many, many people want to join Shell as well. Right? So how do you beat the competition? How do you stand out? So now I've given you lots of ideas. LinkedIn is one, right? Build your competencies, build your skills, and get rid of excuses, right? Groom yourself. Number 4, I'm a bit shy to say lose weight, right? Now I'm not looking for a job, so my tummy is a bit big. I'm not looking for a job. But some companies, they are very particular about weight because they say, you know what, if you're big size, etc., it explains your behavior, right? That means you're not able to control your food, you don't exercise. How to trust you, how to rely on you, right? Groom yourself. I'm not saying you must be, you must have six pack, no, at least presentable, right? So that's important. I'm not saying it's crucial, but sometimes you go for interview. I mean, come on, some of you also may have interviewed others, right? Maybe in your career, in your job, you may interview. When somebody comes really bulky, big size, the first thing in mind, this guy okay, can he do the job or not? Or the guy will have, what do you call this? Blood pressure high, take MC, etc. People have that perception, the fear. Now, let me tell you this. The Malaysia law, employment law, right, sometimes it's not really user-friendly for companies. Easy to hire people, but difficult to fire. You all agree, right? Easy to hire, difficult to fire. So companies also will be cautious. In Malaysia, so difficult to fire. America, easy. I don't like you, I give you notice as per contract, go. Malaysia cannot. So companies will be very, very careful to hire. And because of their carefulness, job seekers will suffer. Why? Because you go for interview, don't get hired. So how to beat the competition? These are some. There could be other areas as well, but these are some. Right? Build competencies. How to say, make yourself visible in LinkedIn. Write articles and whatever you can do. No excuses. So those of you all, again, I don't think this slide is relevant to you, but never mind, I cover this. Sometimes you want to, move your career, right? Maybe from sales, you want to come to HR. That one is another webinar. But for those of you all, I hope you're a HR practitioner. Now, you might want to move from recruitment to business partner. I'm tired of recruitment. It's boring already for me. I want to move to recruitment. Now, sometimes it is easy to transition in the same company instead of going to another company. If you're a recruiter today in company A, and you want to become a business partner. So this is a small tip. You're a recruiter today in company A, but you feel like, recruitment quite boring. I've been doing for 5 years. I want to change, right? So now you start to apply for another company. That company will not give you a job. Maybe 1 or 2 will say, okay, but majority will say that you're a recruiter. You got no experience business partner. So not everybody will give you an opportunity. The best way is to make that in your current company. Now you may tell me, some companies are big. They got recruitment team, they got business partner, they got IR, they got command band, the bigger boys. They got all these jobs. But in a smaller company, they don't have this. So what can you do? what you can do, even though you're a recruiter, try to play some role in the area that you want to be. Maybe you want to go into IR, or you want to go to, what do you call this, L&D. So do your job. Try to finish your job fast. And then tell the boss, you know what? I got some free time. Can I do some project in L&D? Can I do some business partner job? Can I do something on IR? But finish your job fast. Boss will say, wow, this guy Arul, he comes to me always. He says that, he wants to do more. But all his job is done. So get your job done. Do it fast. Do it high quality. So they build the confidence. And then you tell your boss, and this is what I did last time. So tell your boss that, boss, I want to do, I got some free time. Can I do something also for my personal development? I do. Yes, some bosses will be like suspicious. Why? But some bosses say, yeah, why not? Okay. Why not? We are having some trouble, or we are struggling with, retention. Would you like to work on retention? Right? Yeah, boss, I can do it. In fact, it's close to my job. So, okay, analyze why people do some survey. Now, in your resume, then, what do? You can put your CV, recruiter / business partner, right? Or / whatever. Then you can put, then when interview, so Arul, what are you doing today in company A? So I am a recruiter, but I got 2 caps. I wear 2 caps. I'm a recruiter. I also do some business partner work, right? 2 caps. So as a recruiter, I do recruitment, but I also spend quite a bit of my time to do employee retention, employee engagement, and whatever, etc. And this is what I do. I've done surveys and this other thing, etc. So now, at least you have something to talk about business partner. That's how you transition. Okay, I think my last slide, if I'm not mistaken. So now, don't worry what others have done. Don't worry that you're somebody who graduated together with you, today they're already at somewhere, you're still here. Don't worry about it, because sometimes different roads, right, takes you to a destination. You can still reach your destination, but the journey may be tougher for you. I've gone through a very tough journey. Some people easy. They get into some big company, right? They grow there, etc. They're lucky. But some of us are not lucky. Not everybody is lucky to enter Shell or Petronas or Exxon or Sime Darby or Bank Negara. Not everybody lucky, right? We tried, we couldn't get. But that does not mean that we are lousy, right? That doesn't mean we are lousy. So some people, they become a manager within 10 years because they were lucky to be at the right place at the right time. But we are not so lucky. Don't worry about it. But eventually we must be there. Eventually we must earn the kind of money that we want to earn. It's like you, if you're in KL today, you want to go to Singapore, those people who are rich, got money, they take flight. 2 hours, they are there. Those people, no money, they take train. 7, 8 hours or 9 hours. Those people got car, they take car, 3, 4 hours, they're in Singapore, maybe 4, 5 hours, they're in Singapore. So, some journey is longer, some journey is faster. Some journey is expensive, some journey is cheap. Some journey is relaxing, some journey is painful. But eventually you reach your destination. Okay? So final word, when you're looking for a job, don't spray, sembor lah. Apply for job, apply 100 job, apply sembor. After you sembor, after that, okay, I hope something hits. So you start praying. That's called spray and pray approach, right? Don't do that. You will be frustrated. You will get, you'll start to get depressed. I'm not saying depressed medically, right? But depressed, in a way that, you feel like, why, etc. Then you start to demotivate, you become demotivated. You feel very lousy. I've gone through that phase as well, right? So I never had somebody telling me all this once upon a time. So don't take a spray and pray approach. Plan yourself, strategize, and be clear on what you want to do. Okay, so there must be a strategy in your job search. So with that, I'm done with the presentation for today. And this is a resume template. It's also in Facebook group. You can also scan this. The slides I'm sharing with you, I'm going to put it in Facebook group in a short while. I mean, it's already there. I've already saved it in Facebook group. Just go and search webinar on career. So you'll see it. Resume template that I shared with you just now. It's a Microsoft copy. So those of you all, if you're coming on Monday next week, I would strongly encourage you to read up. In fact, in this resume template, the third page of the template, the first 2 pages is the resume. The third page, there's a long list of tips what to do, what not to do, etc. Please read the tips, refine your template. You can use this sample as well, even better. Refine it, follow the tips, and of course, I've given you a lot of ideas today, how to address your title, how to address your salary, how to, all this, refine it. Next 1-2 days, prepare whatnot, etc. And listen to what I mean, take note of the points I've shared, the do's and don'ts and whatnot, not just in resume, also the present itself. To next 1-2 days, go and cut your hair, groom yourself, get a nice, simple, proper shirt if you don't have one. Come presentable, come on time, behave well, and so on. So those of you who are coming, while you're waiting, because it's going to be quite a busy day, so be prepared to stay until 3-4 o'clock, because there's going to be at least 5 interviews. You might be able to attend more interviews if there's less candidates turn up, right? If not, 5 is what we guarantee. But we're also you can also watch all our webinars. We'll be doing live telecasts of the webinars. So while waiting, you'll be learning on employment law, on flexi work arrangement, on, quite a bit of things that we'll be playing the videos. Okay, so that's all for now. And Q&A. So just give me a minute. So Q&A. So those of you all, if you need to go off, maybe you have some other meetings, whatever, I think you can go. This webinar is recorded in Facebook for 30 days. After that, Facebook will remove it. So if you want to watch this webinar, please go to Facebook and you'll be able to see this webinar. Okay, just give my colleague a minute or so to show up the question. Okay, so let me pick up some. We still got time. We still have about 10 minutes or so. How can I... Okay. Okay, so how can I transition from HR generalist to a HR specialist? Now, Valentina, usually candidates will transition from a specialist to a business partner or HR generalist. When you're a HR generalist, that means you don't specialize in anything. You do recruitment, you do a bit of things. But when you are a specialist, you're either specialized in recruitment, comm and ben, L&D, or whatsoever that your company have. So to transition from a HR generalist to HR specialist, like I said, in your same company, it's always easier to transition in the same company, because why? The company knows you. They know your capability. They know your attitude and what you can do, etc. There's a higher chance, or the chances are higher to transition in the same company. But if you apply to a different company, it's going to be a bit harder. Why? Firstly, they may not shortlist your resume because your resume says you're a HR generalist, right? Semua, doing everything. But the other company may want a specialist, so they may not want to take the risk. Remember, in Malaysia, easy to hire, difficult to fire. If I take this person, if I hire Valentina, what if she cannot perform? Then I go to JTK, IR department, so they may not want to take the risk. But how can you transition? So if you are today a HR generalist, but you want to specialize in, let's say, L&D. So in the company itself, try to do as much as you can on L&D. Now, the burden is going to be big because today you have your job. Now you want to also do more, you want to do something on L&D. Now the burden becomes more. Are you prepared to do extra hours? If you want to do 9 to 6, sorry lah. But if you are willing to sacrifice your time, because remember, you want to transition. Now, Usain Bolt, you all know, right, the guy who runs from Jamaica. It seems he took about, 20 years to run under 10 seconds. 20 years journey to be able to run under 9 seconds. I can't recall, was it 20 years journey, But we all, 1 year, so we're going to run. Cannot. It takes time. So, Valentina, I would say the best way to transition, the other company may or may not give you the opportunity. The best is in your own company. So what do you do? If you're a generalist, you want to go into L&D, for example, finish your job fast, learn how to speed up your job, do it well. Today, if you take 9 hours to get your job done, or 8 hours, try to do in 5 hours or 6 hours. Now you got 2 hours free, right? Go and see your boss. Say, boss, you know what? I've got some free time. I want to do something on L&D, right? I don't mind working extra hours, boss. You don't need to pay me. I can do extra hours. I can do it at home, etc. Is there something I can do? Surely every company, no company is perfect. Even some of the big names, they also got challenges. They also got things they don't do or it's not working. Ask the boss, is there something I can do? I want to learn up. Don't worry about it. I'm not asking for extra pay. I just want to learn. I just want to do something, right? Or you see a problem, and this is how I do. I see a problem. I don't wait for the boss to call me. I will come up with something. I'll say, boss, you know what? I've been reading and following, etc. I noticed that we got this issue. I did a bit of research. I came up with this. I just want to share with you. If you want to have a look at it, that's it. If the boss come back to you, hey, this is good. Would you mind working on this? Right? He may say, you know what? Why waste your time? Just right? Fine. But he may say, you know what? This is good. Can you work on this project? Right? Do the projects. So do it as project. 1 project, 2 project, 3, 4. Now, one fine day, you realize that, hey, now I'm doing a bit of L&D work. If internally there's a job, the boss may give it to you. If no, when you apply for a specialist role in another company, in your resume you put recruiter / payroll specialist or payroll expert or payroll exec. Then they ask you, hey, what are you doing? Recruitment and payroll? Yeah, in my company we wear 2 caps. We do recruitment, but I also do payroll or whatever, etc. So that's one method, one way how to transition. It is always good to do it internally. If no opportunity, take on projects so that when you go for an interview, you're able to explain what you do. Don't go goreng. Explain what you've done. Okay? Next. Okay. Want to check. In the beginning, you mentioned that who registered for Career Day received an email. Okay. Fatima, if you have already registered, I'm not sure, maybe check your junk box. But if you have already registered, see your junk, whether the email went to junk. But if you're sure you registered, you walk in, but if your name is not there and the crowd is big, we may not allow you in. But if you think you've registered, we sent 2 or 3 emails. So do check again, could be in the junk. I think we have sent about 2 or 3 emails. The moment you apply, there's 1 email sent. Then there's another email sent last week, and today another email was sent on the, arrangement for Monday. So do check your junk box. Next. Okay. Would you suggest taking SHRM certification or doing an MBA in HRM? I have 7 years experience. Now, Emmeline, the choice is yours. Is it necessary to do MBA? Not necessary. Good to have. Do a good MBA if you can. Is it necessary to do SHRM certification? Again, even though we are doing this training, we provide this program, it is not a must that you must have. I became a director without certification. But if you don't have the ability you don't have the habit, like me, without HR certification, I became a HR director, HR GM. Right? For those of you, if you do not know me, I was a HR director in Infineon. I was a HR general manager at Harta Lega. So now, no qualification. I have a degree, I have master's. I don't have a so-called certification. But if you don't have the ability to push yourself to be good at something, this certification program helps because it makes you read, it makes you learn. So, that's all I can say. So it's good to have both, yes, but you must be able to spend the money and the time. So like some people, they're able to push themselves to read. You don't need somebody holding Rotan behind you. Hey, you better read, Rotan, read. No need, because we push ourselves. We put ourselves in very difficult, very challenging pace. We push and read. If you are in that category, no need masters. If you want to do masters, because why? Sometimes you are good, they are good. What is extra that you have? So some companies look at it, right? Sometimes by having, like SHRM, hey, this person got SHRM, because SHRM not easy to pass, right? Some people fail. Oh, this person got SHRM. So that allows you, that opens up the door. Sometimes certification programs or masters helps to open up doors. Once you are at the interview table, then it's what you talk, no longer the qualification. Okay. Okay, let me see if there's any questions. Okay, for CV enhancement, there are free AI tools that can beautify the CV, but there's no AI or human that are not biased. Okay, Phoebe, I don't know whether you're asking me a question or you're making a statement. Well, my view is this. Yes, AI tool can help you to beautify it. but don't overdo it. Sometimes AI can overdo it. You know, the way the resume is written, right? People can say, hey, this is Elon Musk, right? So you must, sometimes, you know what? You can put whatever fantastic things in the resume. It may get you to the interview. They may say, hey, resume looks good, call for interview. But the moment we open our mouth and all clum cupboardness and all this, and then what's the purpose, right? And, you know, it's always good to achieve success with hard work. You want to be successful, you put in the hard work and let the hard work pay the results. But if you go and use some shortcut method here and there, and you know you reach that point, there's no hard work. Right? I'm not saying don't use AI. It's okay. You can put in get AI to enhance it, but please double check. Right? Make sure you're not overselling yourself. Right? You oversell yourself. Just you know, I would like to say this. I'm sure some of you all or many of you all, you may have gone for interviews. Right? You send in a resume, the company shortlisted, call you for interview. After interview, they don't call you back for hiring. You get frustrated, right? I'd rather not go for interview then. Frustrated. But why? Because maybe the company is not convinced with you. Or they realize that resume nampak cantik, tapi tak boleh. Or you couldn't answer questions. Or they find that you are not comfortable, you know, you're not capable or competent, whatever, etc. Or your grooming is not right. So there are many, many reasons why you don't secure. I mean, my question is this. The company called you for interview. They look at your resume. They call you for interview. Why did they offer you the job? I mean, company is so free. Run interview, call you in, etc. Give you application form, you know, ask you to fill up, collect resumes, you know, pay job street, you know, to publish job street, 600. Why? Cannot be company got so much free time, want to, you know, minum, makan. No. They want to get a job filled. So when they call you in, they want to get a job filled. How come you didn't get a job? So what could be the issues? So the you know, the 5-6 points I gave you just now, one of them could be an issue. Maybe some others as well, but one of them could be the issue. So until and unless you address that, you're not going to make it. Or you're going to go for interviews and chances are company may not hire you. Right? Unless a company is so desperate, they want to really, really get somebody fast, then maybe. But that may not be an ideal job. I'm sure all of y'all, even me, if I'm back in a job market, I want a good company, I want a good job, I want a good pay. Right? So I don't want a lousy company with good pay. I want a good company with good pay, a good job, a good boss, right? Good prospects. So if you want companies like this, you have to be, me, if I'm back in the job market, we need to be really, we need to position ourselves well. We need to present ourselves well. We need to prepare ourselves well, right? And you got to push yourself hard. The 4 Ps of recruitment, right? Maybe I should coin this term. So, yeah, you're right, Achai. You know, you can do all the chat GPT, but if you're not able to explain, finish. You're right. Okay. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, Phoebe, there's one question asked. Mostly online interviews. You know what? Do this next time. The company will, you know, call you for Zoom interview. Do the best in Zoom interview, right? And always at the end of the interview is, you know, you just tell them that, you know, Mr. John, thank you for interviewing me today. Don't just, thank you, okay, close the thing. Don't. Mr. John, you know, can I say a few things? Can I have a minute? I'm sure they'll say, okay, thank you for the time. I appreciate you looking up to my resume and giving me this opportunity. I noticed that, you know, I actually had a good time to talk to you and was a good experience. I'm prepared to come and see you guys next week if you want, or anytime at your convenience. Open up and tell them that I'm prepared to come, right? Offer to come, right? I'm not saying that you will get a job, but at least it shows the company that you are open for anything. Okay. Okay, companies today, they are very selective. They want a degree at least, not a diploma. True, to some extent, company wants a degree, not a diploma. But some companies are also willing to consider diploma holder with experience. But I can tell you, the number is very minimum. Today, what is the minimum academic qualification that you must have? The answer is degree, not masters. You have diploma, but I'll be wondering, if you want to grow, I want somebody who's, you see, every company wants somebody who is really hungry for success. They want somebody who has pushed themselves hard. They want somebody who took risk to grow. But you cuma diploma, you stop. Why you stop diploma? No money. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, friends, brothers and sisters, okay, in Malaysia, if education is not expensive. You can take loan, you can take PTPTN, you can take EPF, you can pay your own money, etc. There's no excuses in Malaysia if you don't have a degree. Why no degree? Let me tell you why some people don't have a degree. Lazy, don't want to spend money, but can go holidays, can buy car, can buy a house, can buy iPhone, Samsung Galaxy S6, they can buy all this, can go movie, makan, etc., but no money for studies. No time, but can go holiday, makan-makan, watch TV, lepak-lepak here, there, etc., no time, right? Ayah, leceh lah, what for, etc., my brain rusted, but they can go and learn what are the functions in iPhone, how to do this, that, how to do TikTok, etc. So to me, it's excuses. You must understand this. You want the best in life for you, am I right? All of us, we want the best in life for us. We want the best of this, best of that. We want a good house, a nice car, etc. Company also wants the best. Company don't want a second grade. I mean, like diploma. Company wants better candidate. Now, you have a diploma with experience. You apply for the job. 200 others apply for the job with a degree. So if I'm the hiring manager, why do I want to consider diploma when there's so many guys with degree? And some other guys with masters. So those with degree, even though you're working experience, if I were to rank you, you will be somewhere at the bottom. You will not be at the top. You are good, but I've not spoken to you. I'm only reading a resume. Sometimes resume, I can't figure out much, whether you're really good or you're not so good. So when I look at it, I will go for those with, for me, if you come from one of those universities in my mind that is good, I will sometimes, hey, you know what? This person come from this university, let's interview first. So hiring manager also got their biasness. This person diploma, someone don't know from where. Many people also got fake degrees. Let me tell all of you all this, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody got a professional diploma, professional degree, professional masters, you can tear and throw in the dustbin. That is not a proper diploma. This professional diploma, copycat paste, overseas, professional diploma, professional degree, professional masters, even though it's from a local university, you can tear and throw in the dustbin. Companies, serious companies, they will not hire you. Why you took professional diploma, professional degree, professional masters? Because you want it cheap, you want it fast, no exam, assignment, etc. Throw in the dustbin. If I see your resume, I'll throw in the dustbin as well. Because you took shortcuts. Go and do a proper degree. Go into a proper master's, right? If you have a diploma, don't go and do this professional degree. Some people come crying. I spent 10,000, 15,000. I did this program and company don't want to take. Yeah, who wants you to take that? Oh, I didn't know. You're so naive, or you choose the easy path. Most of you all, if you have done this, naiveness is not an excuse. We chose an easy path. Why? Because no exams, just project. What kind of MBA is that? Right? You're not testing yourself. Like that, Howard also, no need exam, tell Howard, no need exam, just come and do assignment, talk, listen here, there, etc. Cukup MBA. No. Howard MBA, they go through 100,000 case studies. That's why Howard MBA students all highly sought after. Okay, yeah. Maybe one last question since we're at 5:05. Okay, maybe, yeah, if I don't meet all the requirements in a job posting, should I still apply? Now, Henry or Edwin Henry, see, when you apply, it's no use. The hiring manager, and today, right, today ATS, a lot of things when you apply, some companies, they've got some ATS tool. applicant tracking system. The tool will filter, shortlist, rank, and so on. So some companies only take the top few. That's why you apply. Then there's an ATS behind the system that filters, organizes, or ranks the CV. If your CV is not at the top rank, you don't get interview, right? Some companies don't have it, some do have it. So why do you want to apply for a job if you don't meet? So take some time to fill the gaps. Now, today, for example, some of you all could be listening, not interested in applying for a job. You just want to listen what this joker is going to tell me today, right? You want to listen. So now that I've told you what you must do, how to prepare. So if you're not looking for a job, that's good news. Why? So now you know what you need to do. What are the homework you need to do? The next 5, 6, 7 months or next 1 year, fill up the gap, right? Why you're not getting a job? Because this is where you are. This is where the job. See the gap? So you next 1 year, try to close the gap, right? Try to close the gap. Close. When the gap is so much closer, for you to jump and get a job is faster or easier. But if your gap is so huge, cannot get a job. You lompat pun, you mati dekat tengah-tengah, right? So use the time to get, to apply. So Edwin, if you're still young and you know that you don't have these qualifications or skills, get the gap filled up. It's like I give you an example. Two tebing. You all know tebing, right? Right? In the middle it's hollow. If you jump, you die. So what do? Now you know there's a gap, right? In order for you to walk across this tebing or this cliff, you fill up with sand. Next 1 year, next 6 months, fill up. Go and find sand, fill up. Until it's filled up, now you can walk comfortably to the next job. Right? That's a simple analogy. Okay, so I think we are done for today. It's 2 hours of me standing and talking to you. So I hope I've given some idea, at least, if it's not much, at least I've given you some idea of what you should be doing, what to look out for, what are the things that you shouldn't do, and what not, etc. But I would say, do whatever you can, right? Learn up, read up, groom yourself, polish your skills, pick up some new competencies. If you're not working, right, you're idling means not doing anything, you're not working, go and do something. Even if you drive Grab, bring your resumes along, talk to people, give out, or, do some freelance resume writing, freelance jobs, freelance payroll, freelance this, do some recruitment, right? Or go and do a master's. Go and do something. Do not stay idle at home. No money, you can apply PTPTN. So no money in Malaysia to do a degree or a master's is an excuse, right? If you don't have a diploma, go and do a diploma, right? You got diploma, no degree, do a degree. No money, bank loan, PTPTN, EPF account too, or negotiate a settlement. Maybe you pay a bit, right? Borrow some money. Sacrifice your holiday. We can pay 3,000-4,000 going China, but we cannot pay for degree or masters, right? Sacrifice is needed. Let me also give you one final thoughts before you go. Now, we have got, this is for fresh graduates, or, we have got 20 years ahead of us, 15 years, maybe 25 years ahead of us. Retirement is 60, but government is going to move the retirement age, do not know where. Maybe by the time you reach 60, the retirement age could be 63, 64, 65, right? Expectancy of life is getting longer. So what do? Even though you got 20 years, it's okay. I rather go through a very painful period for the next 3 years or 5 years, cut down my holiday, cut down this, that, etc. I want to really complete a good degree, a good master's. I want to be so good in IR. I want to be, I want to be good in this. I want to be able to do public speaking. I want to, etc. I rather struggle for 5 years and enjoy the next 25 years, right? Or I rather struggle the next 5 years so that I can enjoy my next 15 years if you're 40 years old. I rather struggle for the next 3 to 5 years or whatever so that I can enjoy my next 10 years. But if you want to enjoy all the time, then sorry lah. There's no pain, no gain. You all know this, right? No pain, no gain. So if you don't want to struggle, sorry lah. Then too bad for you. Okay? So thank you so much. Fridays, by the way, HR Forum, we go back 4:30. So I'm holding our 2 colleagues here. They should have gone back at 4:30 so that I can do this webinar. So I wish you all the best. Those of you who are coming in for Monday, I'll see you on Monday. Those of you all, if you're not coming in or you're just listening to get some new ideas, etc., I hope the webinar has been useful. All the best in your career planning, in your job search techniques. What is important, please follow us in Facebook. Read up all this, because you're in HR, read up what we share, case studies, case awards, join webinars like this, come and join seminars, take up the certification program, come for the HR Tech conference that we have, network, come for the marketplace, all the marketplace, HR conference, that HR Tech, no cost. We're not asking any money. Come, network, listen, bring your name card, connect to people and whatnot, etc. Okay, with that, thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Please read, right? Buy Star Paper every day. Please read over the weekend. Okay, so that's all for today. See you folks. Bye.